tell me until we find it. Okay? You need to use the work that you have done over the last 5 minutes to figure it out for the error. Okay, in this first sentence, George Frederick Handel was one of the most important composers of his time. There are 3 errors. Control, tell me one. Why? Good. Frederick needs to be capitalized because that's a name, the proper noun. Hey, Destiny, another. Yep. There are 2 more errors in the first sentence. How do you see it? There's a punctuation error. Somebody else tell me one. Tyree. What was it?
It needs to be indented.
It needs to be indented. The last one is a punctuation error, Destiny. George Frederick Handel was one of the most important composers of his time. That's the end of the sentence, period. Okay, in this next sentence, there are 2 corrections. Jalen, tell me one.
You spell wrong.
Good.
R-O-T-E.
R-O-T-E. Oh, whoops, I skipped it. Okay, we'll go back to that. We skipped that sentence. Samarius.
Okay. So you gotta capitalize the H and E.
Good. Okay, he was born on February 23rd, 1985. Sorry, that was my fault. There was only 1 error in that sentence. Okay, going back to Jalen. He wrote is spelled wrong. He wrote operas and long choral works. Good, there was that 1 error. Next one, his most famous work is called Messiah. There are 2 errors. Can you give me one?
It's too famous.
Okay, good. Cut. There's 1 more error. Damaris just went. Nia, you just came in. Do you know? You probably just barely even got to see it. Teron? Good. Excellent. Many orchestras perform that piece once each year round. There's 1 error in this sentence. Tyriel's not here. Demonte, why don't you go?
It's round should be around.
Good. Round means you go around in a circle. This is abbreviation, and it's not going to cut it. It should be around. Okay? Around Easter. Good. Handel is born the same year as another well-known composer, Johann Sebastian Bach. I'm going to tell you that Johann Sebastian Bach is spelled correctly, so there are other errors in this sentence. There's 1. Kennedy is not here. We're missing so many people. Tyree. There's an error in Handel is born the same year as a well-known composer. This one was a tricky error. You had to figure out what did not make sense in this sentence. Technically, it's written correct with correct punctuation, but there's a problem with the tense of one of the verbs. You know, Tyree? This one was really, really tricky. Did anybody, Amari?
Was. It's not it.
Why?
It doesn't sound right.
Besides, it doesn't sound right. There are things that are right that don't sound right.
Because he is not being born right now.
Good.
He was born.
Good. He was born. You can't say somebody is born unless they're born right now. This is in the past. He was born in the past. You can't say he is born. He was born the same year as another well-known composer. Good. Though both was composers, their musical styles and lives was very different. There are a mess of errors in this sentence. There are 3. Jalen.
That's more than one person.
Good. There are 2 more errors. I haven't heard from some folks. Jeremiah Ringo. What did I say at the beginning? I don't know is a not acceptable answer. Look at the sentence. I'll give you a minute and I'll go on to somebody else and I'll come right back to you. Elijah.
Oh, styles and rap.
What's wrong with it? Their musical styles and lives. The S is supposed to be on from which word?
Both.
So their musical style and life were very different. Does that make sense?
No.
How can we fix this error? Try.
The S is supposed to be their style, and life should be live.
Why should life be live? That's me.
Because it was a long time.
Because it was a long time. Doesn't have anything to do with whether life is lives or life. Go ahead, try again.
Because that was I don't know.
What's the difference between my life and Jalen and Destiny's lives? What's the difference? Elijah. There's 2. Lives, Lifes, F-E-S. That's not a word we're going to be using. Okay?
I can see it.
The plural of life is lives. Okay? There's 1 more error in this sentence. 1 more error. Some more people I haven't heard from. Infinity. 1 more error. It's at the beginning. Though both was composers. Good. There's 2. Both means 2. So that should be were. Good. Question.
We're like weed with 2 E's though.
Oh, sorry. My numerator is sloppy. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to copy down these corrections. If you didn't get all of them or you came in late, you need to copy them down and make sure you have the correct corrections. Okay? What we are going to do is begin reviewing for our test, just like I told you at the beginning. So I want you to start us off by doing those review questions at the bottom. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do it. You need to do review, list all the parts of a narrative fiction, structure, and you need to answer those 3 questions at the bottom in 1 to 2 complete sentences. And 1 to 2 complete sentences means you can answer in 1 sentence, but your sentence cannot start with because. Because is not a complete sentence. Good. So you start. What are the 3 biggest differences between fiction and nonfiction? What is the biggest difference between realistic and historical fiction? What is the biggest difference between realistic fiction and nonfiction? Please do not use your notes to do this because you will not have notes on the test. Answer as best you can from memory. You have 5 minutes. You may pick up your pens if you have not started and start now.